Hey everyone, here's a video about the spray cart upgrade. I'll switch this. Okay, here's the spray cart. It's got a 3,000 litre tank, 18 metre boom, 17.5, 18 metres. Start from the pump, I guess. It's got this diaphragm pump. On the PTO, water in, a couple of filters, water comes in. This is some type of pressure relief return line back to the tank. The old control system was here, which we're not using anymore. I'll get to the new one in a minute. It's a bit past it, out in the weather for a long time. I think this is the old foam tank or something, which we're not using. We use GPS these days. The tank itself is pretty good. Lid works, which is nice. 3,000 litres, looked really strong. The boom just folds out. Gotta do this bolt up, because if you don't do it up, you'll lose it, and then this will flop around, and then this bolt will shear off, and you'll lose this part of the boom. That happened to me this morning. But got this bolt in here now, done it real tight. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Yeah, what else? So it's got 3 sections. That long section, small section in the back, and another long section here. This boom's the same. It's using the T-jet nozzles. LA ones. These wheels are apparently pretty good, they seem good. Haven't failed on me yet, which is nice. So the main thing we did, we've got these are the boom lines, 3 boom lines coming out of the control system. And we put filters on these so we can clean these filters, get any sand out. So the main upgrade we did to this spray cart is we added a new control system. I've mounted it up here on the back of the tractor, which is probably not the best idea. You probably should have it down here, and all your hoses can be shorter, especially since it's electronically controlled. But maybe that'll be something we change in the future. Got all these hoses sort of hanging, but it does work all right up here. I wanted it up here so I could see the pressure gauge, and if I had to, I could mess with these settings, or this one. But it seems that, yeah, that you may as well, after using it, you may as well mount it down here. So this is the main water in here from the pump. Yeah, main water comes in. This is the maximum pressure valve, return line. Proportional valve with the return, filter with the return, the 3 booms, and the return. Extra pressure from the booms, I guess. So it's got this main gear motor. If you turn this on, it lets water through the system. If you turn it off, it just all recirculates back through this valve here. And then depending on where this is set, any extra pressure comes back through here too, which is nice. And then you set your actual pressure with the proportional valve, and then you just got to set these cocks so all the pressure, depending on whether each section is off or on, 1, 2, 3, it equalizes the pressure. So you can turn a section off and everything's spraying at the same rate. And this is an ARAG system. Got it from sprayshop.com.au, 1,900 bucks. And you can see there's electronic control. I don't think they're solenoid, I think it's some sort of mechanical control, I'm not entirely sure. But that goes up into the control box, which I'll show you. Now this is a series 4669 ARAG control box, which you just plug into power. We just got a 12 volt, this one down here, 12 volt socket down here, and then it's got all 5 of those mechanical valves or whatever come out through this control line. So from up here I can see the pressure gauge, which is nice. I can feel all the valves moving. But as I said, we'll probably move it down there at some point. Okay, so what I've done here is I've spliced into this control line, and I've got it, all the 3 of the section valves I've got going into a box which has a little Arduino and a relay, or 4-channel relay, using 3 of them. And that's controlled by, connected through USB back to this computer, which is running Agopengps. And yeah, it just controls those relays for you, which is sweet. And it's quite good because if you look at the book, if you look at the book for this 4669 series control box, it says here, valve opens when opening, closing control is fed with 12 volt. Valve closes when power is cut. So for each electric valve, there's a positive signal in green and a black, so earth or whatever. And all you have to do is cut the power to the green, to the signal one. So I wired through the signal through to this box to a normally closed relay. So that works really well. Yeah, so you can still control all the valves with 1, 2, 3. Yeah, trust me, it works. It'll be closed because of that relay. But then, even if these are on, the control box will close the relay when the computer tells it. So yeah, that works really nice. Then we've got Agopengps here. Oh, now everything's turning on. And we can see down here, serial port. So we've got GPS coming through here, and the machine port is that is a relay box. So we can just say open a test field. You can hear, so yeah, see, we can control the relays with this. So, but if I turn this on, but I turn it off here, that'll override it. So it's cool, you have the, to be going, you have to have all these on, but then the computer controls the relays. Okay, just gonna give a quick demo of how to use Agopengps. First thing you want to do is turn on the pump. So turn the PTO on. See the shaft is spinning down there. We set up the computer. We'll say new, put a field in. Testy. Okay, first thing you want to do is make a boundary then, and you can see your 8.66 is, you know, half of your tool width over to the side. So you press create new, and you want to make a boundary on the left hand side, for example, and you just press go. And then you can just press record now. And normally you would turn on that one when you're ready to go. But anyway, we've got our pump going, so now we've got to turn our control box on. And all our sections on the control box. And if I were to press, say, section 3, turn on here. Third section will start spraying. So normally when you first go around the paddock, you'd actually put the automatic one on, and it'll turn them all on, and they'll all be spraying. But this is just an example. So I won't actually press that button, I'll just show you how to create a boundary and an AB line. So anyway, we hit record, we'll get our pump out up to the RPM we want. We've got our control box on. We check the pressure, make sure we got the right pressure. Normally we would turn on the automatic section control, so that'll turn off if you start to overlap and stuff. That's that green one down there. But anyway, now we can just we just go. We usually just hit that button, all the spray will start, and then we go. And you can see in the program it's creating a boundary. And now normally we'd be going along a fence line or something. So as we're going, you just press this line button, and this will make a new AB line for you. You just press the plus, press A, and then, so the boundary's getting made in the background at the same time. So normally we'll be going along the fence line, and once you're happy with your AB line, you can just press B, hit enter, and then press this tick here, and you see we've got a pinky purple AB line sitting there. Yeah, and then we can continue to make our boundary. So that's pretty. Okay, so I just completed the job. You can see my boundary area was 32.5 hectares and my coverage was 35.6. So it's a bit of overspray, mainly due to this control box turning off. And the reason that happens is it's just got a really crappy 12-volt connector, and I just got to put a better one on. This one just sort of jumps out of the socket when I hit a bump, so that's really annoying. So if I zoom out, you can see all the overspray I got. See, sometimes if this control box was off, I wouldn't know where I can come back later and just spray the green stuff, but I just wanted to make sure I got it all done. See, the control box would be off at some point, so I just had to go back and redo these few runs. And yeah, so there's a fair bit of overspray there. A couple of things I wanted to mention about this program was there's a new version out, Beta 5, which I haven't tried in anger yet, but it'll have I noticed it puts the area and the amount done up here, which is nice, instead of having it down here. Might be a bit more obvious for people. And what else did I notice that was cool? Oh yeah, in this 4.3, you can see the version down here, 4.3. Can't see, I don't think there's anywhere for, there is overlap here. It's just not written in the menu. Right, so that makes sense. I could put overlap in there. It's written in the menu of the new one, so yeah. What I have done for this is I made my sections a little bit shorter than they actually are, so I made sure I had enough overlap. But looks like that setting is there, so you can put I'd probably put 30 centimeters of overlap in there or something, but I'll see how this runs, see how good the grass kill is. Yeah, just thought I'd show you the overview of the job. It's pretty good. See, I did a few headlands up here. Then I came through and just did the straight AB line up and down. Dodged a few trees. You could probably tell that I'm not really using Agopengps to its full capability. I'm not using auto steer or anything like that. So if anyone out there knows if that's a wheel angle sensor, I got these. I don't know what this one is. It might have something to do with the brakes, but this one just might have like a wheel, unless it's something to do with four-wheel drive. I'm not sure, but you never know. This tractor may just have a wheel angle sensor from factory. That's what it is. And if that is, then can I access it? Do I have to get it through to CAN bus? Can Agopengps read it? Let me know in the comments. Thank you. Okay, here's the control box. All it's got is an Arduino Nano. It's $5 or $10. I can't even remember. And then a relay board, optically isolated relay. I can't remember, maybe 10 or 20. I'm not sure. So there's a single USB port on the computer running Agopeng. Comes to here. One of these goes and powers the Arduino, and so that's connected through the USB back to the computer. The other, out of this USB hub, actually powers the relay. So I could be having, see that one there. So this relay is isolated electrically from here, although it is sort of still getting the power from the one USB port. So you can probably should be externally providing power to this, I guess to be safe. But this works anyway. And then the other USB port goes to GPS, and the GPS goes up on the roof. So yeah, basically everything is through one USB back to the computer, which is over there. And so the wiring for these sections, so section 1, 2, and 3, there's a separate cable for each one. So this would be like cable 1, and this would normally come out of this here and go directly to the mechanical valve there. However, I've just made it so the cable comes in. Here's 1, 2, and 3. So 1 comes in, the power and ground goes straight back out to the out cable, but the signal wire goes through the normally closed on the relay. And so I put these connectors on, so if there was ever a problem with this box, I could just connect these like this. There goes Ross. I'll have a chat to him in a second. So I can just totally disconnect the this box easily, and just rely on this. If there was ever any problem with the Arduino, yeah, and this would just still work. I'll just have to turn everything off or turn the sections off with the box, which is how I guess a lot of people would do it. While I'm here, I should mention the setting this Arduino up is really easy. When you download Agopeng GPS, there's a folder with the code you have to put on the Arduino, and you just send it, you plug it in the USB into the computer, and you send it to the Arduino. And I didn't even have to edit anything in that code. So once I did that, then the Arduino can connect to Agopeng GPS. You just have to have everything plugged into the right inputs and outputs. So the outputs from the Arduino to the inputs on the relay, I think it was 5, 6, and 7, or 4, 5, and 6, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it was pretty easy. No coding.